Welcome to today's broadcast. Today's message, I feel, is vital in the growth and development between black men and black women. I believe that a lot of damage has been done to our culture for a plethora of reasons. And I believe it all started with what happened to us as a culture and heritage on the shores of Africa. And so, because of the many things that happened, I believe we need closure. I believe we need to confront these issues and deal with them. And so, as an African descent here upon the shores of America, I am about to do 4 parts, and they're all spoken to the black woman from the black man. Yes, it's coming from me, but I'm just speaking on behalf of all Afro-American men in existence. I feel I have a moral obligation. So the first part is, I apologize. So women, I apologize for our behavior. Please listen to this message and please tune in and get everybody that you know to listen to this, because this is a powerful message. I believe it's something that should have happened a long time ago. It's some truths in here that's about to be exposed that we need to confront, we need to talk about, we need to get to the round table and discuss it, water cooler, in church, Bible study, and let's heal as a race of people and let's move forward in growth and development. Today's message is, I apologize. Some things cannot be expressed nor explained by mere words. Some of the things that has victimized people should have never taken place. These type of tragic events breed a certain kind of hurt that will scar your heart and wound the soul. How do you grasp or make sense of something that traumatized you? How do you see past the ungodly acts of people that broke your spirit and created within your mind the memories of such horror and tragedy that you wish you could forget it ever took place? How do you heal from the violent death of a child? How do you recover from witnessing your husband being viciously assassinated? Or become mentally resilient after the traumatic experience of witnessing your wife being raped? How are you supposed to respond to having everything that you own taken suddenly away from you? Tears cannot express what it feels like to lose both your freedom and your hope. How do you rebuild what constitutes a happy home? Some things cannot be replaced. I do not say this from a voice of sentiment, nor do I stress this from the loss of monetary possessions or property. I say this from the voice of history that reaffirms that certain things once taken or lost alters who you are. It moves you from a theft of something so meaningful that it reshapes how you think. It changes your direction in life and repositions you from being on a path of blessings into being pushed upon a course of accursed darkness. In the light of what has happened in the past, I feel responsible. I apologize. Sisters, today's quest must first begin with an apology to a class of people, a heritage of people, a culture of people, a royal nation of people, a distinguished people, and a strong family of ethnic origin. As a black man here upon the shores of America, I understand that closure must take place in order for certain relationships to heal. The key to recovery is first understanding how and why you are hurting, and understand what happened to you that made you hurt and what will it take to soothe the pain. Brothers and sisters, please understand this. Do not turn your back upon one another. Look at each other. It's time. It's time that face to face we stand. We can no longer ignore this. We are a species that's in danger. We must have this conversation. This dialogue must be open, transparent, and authentic. It's time. Oftentimes we feel as though our current ancestors went through had nothing to do with us. We feel that this generation is exonerated from what their kinfolks inflicted, infused, injected, and perpetrated upon us as a culture of people. As I look at the lasting effects of our stained history, I can easily see the damage that slavery inflicted upon my rural ancestry. I look into the eyes of my brother or my sister, and I can see the low self-esteem, the loss of identity, the mentality of inferiority, and the savage effects of illiteracy, poverty, and the damning pathologies that plague the African here upon the shores of America. The hate that produced the hate is seen daily in our city streets through black on black crime and the disunity of the black family. I apologize. As a man, I must address my beautiful sister. Why? Sisters, I really want you to listen to my heart. I fully understand why you would be disappointed at the productivity of black men. I know why you will be angry with us, frustrated, confused, and feeling unloved and disconnected with a lot of us. Not all, but a lot of us. I can acknowledge and see why you will feel unsupported in your dreams, aspirations, and endeavors. Each day of life you feel under tremendous pressure as both single mothers and the sole breadwinner of the family. I understand your plight. I understand the massive responsibility that you are compelled to carry are those responsibilities that I relinquish as a man. Sisters, I stand in the place of men who refuse to change, who refuse to give you closure or a valid reason for abandoning you and your children. I apologize for men who won't work or handle their business. I apologize for history, for not protecting you when strangers and foreigners invaded our homeland, took you, molested you, raped you, brutally beat you, and sold you. As a man, I should have died before I allowed you to go through those barbaric acts of inhumane treatment. Sisters, if you were not worth dying for, you wouldn't be worth living for and sharing life with through the holy matrimony and birthing children into this world. If I could be man enough to make love to you and deposit life within your womb, I must in every area be masculine enough to protect you and to honor you as the giver of life, the life receiver, the nurturer of life, and the carrier of love in a man's heart. Genesis 2nd chapter, verse 21 and 22 reads, "And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. And while he slept, he took one of his ribs as part of his side and closed up the place of flesh. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from the man, he built up and made into a woman and brought her to the man." Sister, you came from within me. If I love you as I love myself, I would never allow such atrocities to happen to me without fighting back. Absolutely not. I would fight even if it meant that I had to fight to the death. As I evaluate slavery, there's no way that I would accept such immoral, evil, and morbid savagery to happen to me and my family and consider the aftermath of life or possess the attitude that suggests at least slavery is over, now we can heal. How do you heal from being removed from your culture and from your homeland? How do you heal from the incurable disease of racial disorientation? How do you heal after being ethnically stripped of your language, taken from your natural resources, and forced to starve in a foreign country? How do you heal from these things? I'll be back with part 2.